Greetings, and welcome back into Silent Hill F. In the spirit of this playthrough, since I have been talking about like some of the theories and whatever else I've been thinking about in between episodes, I wanted to talk a little bit about Hinako and like how she looks in this world, especially considering we've seen a lot of imagery and talk, especially with Junko and everything else about like marriage. The fact that she is branded, has literally had to like lop off a piece of herself, like her right arm. Yes, it is like a wolf arm and it is stronger and we're using it as a weapon, but like still, she had to lop that off. And then on top of that, her face, she literally had to cut off like a very identifying factor of herself. So she lost a piece of her identity, a piece of herself, and has been branded in this process. Anyways, something I just wanted to mention, which I did notice, but I don't think I've talked about yet in the playthrough. And it's been something I've been thinking about, because like Hinako, she's been going through it. Okay, so we have a mural. I also am, one of my goals, because a couple people have mentioned to me in the comments, this episode is to get used to using focus attacks, because apparently they're going to be really useful, especially if I do subsequent playthroughs and harder difficulties. So I'm going to try and use that this episode. The blackbird wishes to take the white bird wishes to resist. The fox brings along his followers in triumph. He notices the two birds in conflict. Journal updated. Puzzles for the mural. Okay. It looks like there's something that goes in the lantern. Park of memories. Monsters. I have a new monster to look at, it appears. The monster that my father turned into, he acts the same way he did when he let his anger get the best of him. It was only the curse of fatherhood that made my dad appear human. This form, his true form, must have been hidden underneath all along. It was only the curse of fatherhood that made him appear human. Interesting. Okay, and then we have more information, or more on the character side. I've heard that Dad used to be a fisherman when he was younger and would go on long fishing trips away at way out at sea. He managed to save up enough money doing that to open up a restaurant, a place where he could put his skills with a knife to a use. It didn't work out though. Not only did he lose all of his savings, he took on a new debt too. Now he spends his days drinking his life away in this sleepy little town that's long away from the sea. He never tries to cook anything anymore. It's only when he complains about Mom's food that he pretends to be some kind of important chef. I used to think that it was just my dad who was like this, but after listening to all the married women around here complain, every man seems just as bad. All their husbands are just as short-tempered, just as violent, just as useless, and do just as little to help out their wives. After learning this, every grumpy old-looking man in the town I see reminds me of him. When I think that I was born and raised just to support these horrible tyrants, I lose all hope. If everything works out, they're going to give my father a lot of money. I'm sure he's desperate to use it to pay back his debts. My father is selling me to pay back his debts. Which is a repeat and written after an ellipses, which makes me feel like that's a realization. Not necessarily, like it's one of those things where the way that this reads to me is like you're, I don't know, internalizing something. You might have already known a fact, but it's like you're repeating it to yourself because it's unbelievable. So when she says that though, I think I know what's going on. All of the marriage imagery. Okay, so what does she say? I will not accept her way of life. I feel like I already read this part. Is there anything new? She said there was something new. A woman's happiness begins with marriage. She told me that every opportunity she got. Am I supposed to believe that she's actually happy with the life she has now in this house? Today, my dad threw a knife. It got stuck in the tatami mat. There are chips and dings all over the house. Every last one is from when he threw something. Is that what happiness is to my mother, seeing her house in such a sorry state full of scars? I don't think it's just the house either. Brooch, a very old but valuable piece of jewelry decorated with a delicate fox. With the brooch, you are now able to open doors and boxes bearing the same design. Okay. Here we go. That's interesting because with the brooch and with the branding, that's kind of like, I don't know, taking on the new identity. There are now opportunities open to you that weren't there before, which I think traditionally with marriage prior to when it was considered something that you did out of like love for another person. A lot of like arranged marriages and like historical ones were kind of a transfer of power, or even like she was talking about, women were used more as like commodities, hence the loss of identity. Prove your intent with a crest 3. Show what lies deep within your heart. Let the line of foxes guide you. Offer the crest and lay your bare soul. Read revelations and find the crests. Okay. It looks like there's holes here. Is that what I'm gonna be putting stuff into? I see some notches. Does something go in them? Got it. Okay. There is a save here. I guess I should use it. There's just a save in the other room, though, so I don't know that we really need to. Nor do I think that we have anything more. Although if I die... And then we have 2 different doors. I can't open this one. God, there's so much, like, meat and blood. Incredible, all of them. This is also something interesting because, like, in a lot of different religions, which admittedly I don't know too much about, like Inari-sama, and I don't even know. I think that there is, at the very least, it's inspired by like real religion. That's to say that I don't know the history of this as like intimately as some other things, but I do know that in a lot of religions, like women aren't even allowed in the temples because of like menstrual blood and blood. I know that's something uncomfortable to talk about, but listen, the game is about the horrors of being a woman, okay? And I'm not talking about it in any vulgar way. But it's interesting to see all of this blood and kind of flesh here, considering that, especially in a place that is considered holy, because the blood is not, like I said, traditionally, in a lot of different religions, like women are just like straight up not allowed. Sometimes it's like when they're menstruating, but a lot of times it's just like period, like you're not allowed. Period. No, stupid. But like it's just like you're not allowed at any time. Anyways. The foxes have blood on their mouth. But if this is a female god, which I think it was, right? They had mentioned that they're worshiping. I see something here. It looks like it's bleeding. Oh, there we go. Ornate scroll. Purify once and for all. Leave the filth of your world behind. I will cleanse it all of the filth of this world. And it looked toward this door with blue eyes, but I also saw this. Family physician's log, February 13th, dawn. Mr. Hidetoshi and his wife have passed away one after the other. At time of death, the skin all over their bodies was covered in sores and had begun sloughing off. The smell was indescribably awful. I could not bear to take a closer look. The head of the house did not give permission to perform autopsies on the bodies. There will be no funeral, and they will be sent to be cremated immediately. February 14th, midnight. The eldest son has passed away. Again, there will be no funeral, and the body will be sent away for cremation. The eldest and second-born daughters are also experiencing symptoms that are worsening by the hour. I believe that they will be in critical condition by tomorrow at the latest. Skin all over their bodies have been covered in sores. Oh, see, okay, wait, actually, because I have been looking in, I've been looking into, like, Silent Hill, the original games, which I have played, so I'm not spoiled to anything. One of the things that I did find that was interesting, though, is I think traditionally in... I'm not going to get this right. I think it was smallpox. I think when smallpox was a thing before it fell out due to vaccinations, it was believed that, like, red was a healing color as well. And I wonder, obviously there is, and I'm a believer, especially in... I'm going to keep moving if I'm going to talk about all this. Look around the room at least. But I'm a believer, especially in games like with magic, that the magic is true. But I do think that you can look at inspirations and like things that inspire like parts of the story. And I wonder if that's part of it. If this is like like looking into the history of that and like why red was used as like a protective color. And it's not just, I think this is specifically in like Japanese history, but I don't think it's like the color red only being used. I know that there's other examples because like in Passover in the Bible and like Christianity, they also believe like painting the doors red was one of the ways that you can get evil spirits to like pass you over. I believe that that's the story there. Because in Silent Hill 2, the remake, there was a red door, and I was like, that has to be symbolic of something. And it was. All right, let's see. Door of ominous despair. Oh, great. Hello there. Oh, I gotta do focus attack, though. Right? Okay. Nice. Knives! I hear knives. Oh god, the camera in this game kind of sucks. It kind of does. It kind of really does. Okay, focus attack. Focus attack. Oh god, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't have enough time and I'm wasting all of my focus. Crap. Oh, no, no, no. Don't stab me with the knife. That hurts. Ladies, we have to look out for each other. Oh, Soul Siphon. Shit. Okay, I can do the focus attack on you for sure, right? Shit! I really don't want them coming back to life. Focus attack. Focus attack. Focus attack. Oh, I did the wrong one! Focus attack, focus attack, focus attack. So did that not work like at all? She said, done. It's over. Okay, but now I should be able to do the bigger attack. So the focus attack, I think I could use in both worlds, but the special like bar that's lit up now, I can only use there. Now I can actually look around a little bit, hopefully. Omomori, hey, what a cute little puppy. Slightly restores current max sanity after defeating enemies. I don't think I'm using the Omomori to the greatest extent I can either. It's very difficult though, until you play a game multiple times to really know what you enjoy using for all of the upgrades and everything. That's what I'm finding in a lot of the games that I've been playing recently. Plus, every player is different. Like, some like to defend a little bit more, some to like to fight. I don't know. Plus, the more you practice something, the better you get at it. So you as a player might be like really good at like fighting. And so you like hone those skills. Shriveled Abrage. Lots of scrolls. Higashi, of course. Can I heal? Actually, I can. I'll use one of my bandages. Damn, the ominous room of darkness. Every temple needs that. And I need to remember I can use my focus to get through walls, too. Ooh. A lot more of the foxes. You guys, the shark teeth is a little intimidating. That's all I'm gonna say. Not the most welcoming sign in the entire world. Did I already go through here? I think so. Black Sparrow Crest. And a housemaid's note. Shortly after I became their maid, there was talk of an arranged marriage for the young heir to a noblewoman. This led to the heir unceremoniously ending all his scandalous relationships with women, including one with a young housemaid named Sachi. Sachi came from a family of poor farmers, but her beauty shone brighter than the sun, something that had caught the young heir's eye. By the time his marriage was being arranged, she had already a life growing inside of her, and the two had made vows to run away and start a new life together. And yet the young heir cruelly and wantonly cast her aside. Likely he simply did not want his prospective marriage to be ruined. So the Tsunekis kicked Sachi out and drove her to some far-off place where they could forget her existence despite the peace of the family she carried with her. People say that she was fighting back tears so hard that blood began to trickle from her eyes. That's horrible. I have seen, like, I feel like you see that imagery a lot. Like women crying blood. Like Hanako kind of looks like she's doing now. Okay. Nice. So now I have... Oh, I don't have any map that I can look at here. Does that mean that this is, like, not real? Can I put this somewhere? What was the riddle? Blackbird wishes to take the white bird wishes to resist. Fox brings along his followers in triumph. He notices not the two birds in conflict. So what's the one thing that I just picked up? Is it gonna be my items? No, but I need to get rid of some stuff too. Oh, hello. Abandoned once and for all, familial ties must be severed. Sever ties, my family is here. That's the other thing, even that I was talking about with like the imagery that we're seeing with Hanako right now, is women traditionally, like men get to keep their family name in like patriarchal lines. Whereas women have to like give up their entire identity, and more so than that, than it just being like a thing of name. I think that historically as well, it was basically like you just like completely abandon your family. Like you like never get to see them again in some instances. Like you are just not necessarily the property in all cases, but you become like you it's like essentially abandoning. Like that imagery is like is very real historically, I guess is what I'm trying to say. All right, let's just get rid of all this. I think it's going to be more useful as faith. Although I haven't picked up another Anna. And draw a random Amamori. Emma, not Anna. Why was I thinking Anna? I have no idea. Okay. I don't know what I picked up, but I'm assuming I can put it in here. Okay, so this is the blackbird. Blackbird wants to capture the white bird, right? The white bird wishes to resist. Do we see anything that wishes to capture anything? I don't know, maybe that guy? He looks like he's ready for a fight. Maybe. White bird wishes to resist. Maybe it's this guy. More emblems. Am I gonna find this many? I think I'm only gonna find 3 and have to make a choice here. Maybe I should have waited until I got all of them. No good, it won't budge. I also didn't save. Okay, let's try this again. Am I going through this door? Didn't I just come through this door? The other one won't budge. Does that mean that I got the placement wrong? Oh no, I'm going through the back. The banquet, has it come to a close? Banquet. They were eating flesh. I will take this bandage, because I have a feeling I'm going to get hit with something again. And a note, housemaid's note. The Tsunekis are the most notable family in this area and are known for their wealth. For generations, each head of the family has possessed a talent for business and acumen they have utilized during times of social unrest to amass a large fortune. However, given that great many suffered while they grew rich, their actions have often drawn envious eyes. When I first entered into service for the Tsunekis, my grandmother shared some of the many rumors that swirl around the family. Each time the world falls to pieces, the Tsunekis' treasury only grows larger. The Tsunekis are happily waiting for the misfortune to strike so they can line their pockets. Damn. I think the Tsunekis are the one that set up the arranged marriage too, right? In the last thing that we had written. A fox being hunted. Or it looks like a spirit being hunted. With multiple tails. Alright, do I go? Which door? Is one of these locked? I'm confused. Strict mother's letter. Good morning, my handsome boy. Your real last name is Tsuneki. It is told that those of the Tsuneki lineage are destined to bring good fortune when the world is in disorder. Is it? Good fortune to yourself? I read the housemate's letter in the last room. The fact is, this is how your father earned succession to the Tsuneki lineage, and you who have inherited your father's noble blood are sure to be next in line. To make your name, I took one character from your father's name and one character from mine. That way, when anyone from the Tsuneki family hears your name, they will immediately know you are our child. Okay. Was she a Tsuneki and he, like, earned the right to marry her or something? And that's why she said, you can take one character from my name and you'll recognize it? Is that what I'm supposed to understand from that? Can I interact with any of the other foxes? Arare? Alright, how many doors do we have? Don't turn around. Oh, he turned around. Go! Ooh, shit. Oh, okay, I got him. Get me out of this. Get me out of this. Okay, I gotta save what I have and do a focus attack. Oh, you missed? Are you kidding me, Hanako? I hear even another one. Shit. I wanted to save my stamina. Get out, she says. Okay, I gotta build up. I don't think I'm doing too bad. In terms of, whatever. I don't know that I want to open these right now. In terms of battling, I hear something behind that door, so I'm not sure I want to open that one. Maybe I can open the one on the right, though. Watch it be an even worse enemy, though. It's sealed with a talisman. Do I need to beat the enemies first? Higashi. I recognize that as Higashi. I just didn't say it beforehand, so you don't. Now you don't know to believe me. I'm seeing a lot of similarities between the stuff that we had to do for her friends, though, as well. Because the one room was filled with darkness, and now this one is filled with fire and has the gates behind it. I don't know if the imagery is intentionally like a parallel, but I certainly find it interesting. That one's there. Okay, fine. I don't know why that scared me so bad. I even heard you. Do I hear another one? I definitely hear another one going around. Bandage? I actually don't think I need to use that. Antique comb. Ugh, but I gotta... Oh my god, how many first aid kits do I have? Maybe I replace it with the Arare. Because it's gonna be more faith, and the Arare I would trade for faith anyways. So, can I open this now? There we go. White Sparrow Crest. Innocent and afraid. That's who she is, right? Because we keep getting the bird imagery. for her. Takuko was the bunny. Rinko was a bitch. I know Rinko is a victim in her own way to, you know, the way that society has raised her. Whatever. She pushed me down the stairs. At a certain point, you take responsibility. All right, what was I doing? I think the sparrow is probably going to be here, if I had to guess. More emblems. Because see, like, that guy's trying to get through to them. They're being taken away. And then the fox is, like, not paying attention. I gotta figure out where the fox might go. I mean, they're all foxes, so... They're all foxes, you know? Let's enshrine some stuff. I'm just gonna get rid of all this. I know that I probably need... I probably should use this. Do I not want to do faith? Restores health and current max sanity for a time. Stamina provides stamina consumption. I don't think that's as important. I'm okay on stamina. Max sanity and reduces sanity damage taken for a time. Maybe we keep that. If I'm trying to use more faith, then we'll keep the divine water and like use it once. See what happens. Be reborn once and for all. You are Shimizu Hinako no more. I will be reborn no more. Or I will be reborn. I didn't read what she said. I'm sorry. Damn, it's a bloodbath here. Are these foxes gonna come alive? Because I have to actually get around them and get close to them to be able to get the divine water and whatever else. I feel like it's a perfect opportunity for a jump scare. Or am I supposed to be paying attention to something else? Booty booty? I see the bloody mouth. Like, does it show me where to go? Ornate scroll. Sacrifice once and for all, body and soul. Make pure by rebirth. Offer all that is yours. That's something else. I offer all of me. I belong to. I am hit. No, you're not, Hanako. You're your own person. Okay. I completely forgot what I was saying. Oh, the idea of rebirth. Obviously in Silent Hill, I feel like that's very important. But also the idea of like purity and becoming pure by fire is something that's really important, I think, especially in Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3. Now you might say, what is it? What do you mean Silent Hill 2? But fire is a really strong indicator for one of the characters who I think is looking for like their childhood innocence and purity once again, which was taken from them. But then also in Silent Hill 3, I believe, it might have even been Silent Hill 1 as well, with the characters, there was like things that said like purity by fire. So even with Rinko, I had noticed that there was fire again here. Obviously, like instead of water being used to cleanse, for the women, it was with fire. And Hanako, when she was looking to cleanse herself before coming into the temple, it had turned into lava, basically. I guess only the women can handle that. I guess for the men, they need water, but for the women, they can handle the fire. Strict Mother's Letter. The truth about Tsuneki family. Okay, I've got all of the documents. I have good news. Indeed, good news to a Tsuneki is always accompanied by the news of someone else's death. Your father and that woman he kept as a pet have both gotten sick and died, and now your grandfather, the head of the house, has invited you to the Tsuneki residence to make you successor. Okay. It is a pity that I couldn't reacquaint you with your father, but at least I was able to make you the successor to the Tsuneki lineage. I think she killed them. That sounds like she killed them. Maybe that's what messed all this up. Is like the stuff needs to be organic. The misfortune has to just occur naturally. And she forced the hand of fate. Alright, what am I gonna have to fight this time? I have to fight everything all the time. Oh, so I have to... Oh, not this thing. This makes me the most... This monster makes me the most uncomfortable. Girl, I don't want to fight you. First aid kit, of course. All right, let's do this. Oh, there's more of you. Oh God, oh God, oh God. No. Girl. Girl, she's gonna spit out more of them. More of the monstrosities. Can you focus for a second? Can you focus for a second, Hanako? I know it's hard to. Shit. Hanako! Hanako. Okay. Okay, well, you unlocked my superpower! Damn! Okay, they're done. Get out! Get out! Get out of here! Why I turned into Hugh Jackman? Sorry. It's suddenly become the greatest show. Is there anything else I need to pick up, or can I just like grab my stuff and get out of here? I have the kudzu tea. I was gonna use that this time around, and I just didn't. I feel like I gotta get used to it for higher difficulties. I should practice it now. What's going on?
Junko-san.
Junko.
お取り込み中ごめんなさい。ひなことほんの少しだけ話がしたいのだけれど、よろしいかしら。
では。
お姉ちゃん殺せた？しっかりと。うん。しっかりね。しっかりって。今日だけはお姉ちゃんとあなたの2人だけの秘密にしてあげる。でも今日を超えてまだ生き残っていることがあるのなら、お姉ちゃんが彼のためにもあなたを殺すからね。
もう少し外していた方がいいかな。
What am I supposed to kill? What are you talking about?
いいえ。お時間をありがとうございます。それではこれにて。
姉妹で語り合えたかね。
She said a lot of confusing things to me. I don't know.
それでは行こうか。
Fox mask crest. Okay, a badge with something carved into it that looks like a fox mask. Must be your insignia.
あなた様のお印ですね。
If, Okay, Okay, there's a couple interesting things. I don't know what Hinako or what Junko is talking about. I don't know what she's talking about when she says you need to kill it, and if you don't, also for his sake, etc. But I'm just thinking about, okay, if this is an arranged marriage, which I feel like it could be from the handsome boy letters, and also like Junko, I don't know. There's just a lot of imagery that points to that to me at this point now. But I also wonder, because we found letters in Hanako's room where she was talking to somebody and seemed to like them. I wonder if it was this guy, and that's part of the reason why she's kind of falling under the trance. I do think that there could be, like, magical factors into it as to why, like, she seems resistant to marriage, but then okay with it with this guy. But, like, not even just okay with it, but, like, it feels very out of character. Like, she's not even like, okay, I don't like the idea of marriage still, but I like you, so I'll continue with it. But like, she seems to be completely of the opposite opinion in some of the things that she's saying throughout all of this. My long way of saying that I wonder if she actually does like him, but she still doesn't like the idea of the like role that she has to fulfill should she marry him. Because like liking someone in marriage are two different things. Especially an arranged marriage when you're still, like, a kid. Okay. Am I going through? Nice. That's his insignia. Oh, the other thing I want to mention is Junko got married, right? So if I'm right and this imagery is pointing to marriage. The other thing is Hinako only has half of her face taken, whereas Junko and some of the other ones we've seen, like, their entire face was gone. Also, Junko has been married for longer if it is marriage, and she's like slowly rotting underneath the mask. Presumably because if we're thinking in like realistic terms, because of necrosis of the facial tissue, especially because in the 1950s, I don't think it was until like very recently that they ever did like a facial transfer, like organ donor facial transfer successfully for the first time. Anyways, if we're looking at this realistically, it would make sense why the flesh would slowly start to like die away. Damn, some gruesome imagery here. What am I doing? Okay, so this is the fox. And the fox, what is the fox? Brings along his followers in triumph. He knows and notices not the two birds in whatever. Should he be at the front then? He notices not the two birds. I also feel like this guy's pretty nonchalant. Brings along his followers. Let's go with this, I guess. No good. Are these in the right spots? Obviously. Obviously not. What if I remove? Do these need to go in the light? No, they would be people, right? Because that guy's a person. I feel like I was pretty correct the last time, though. Why do I choose hard puzzle difficulties again? Like, geez. I still feel like this is the one that looks the most in conflict. That guy looks scared, but that wouldn't be the fox. Maybe I put it in the light. No good. Are these? Obviously, they're not in the right spot. Not go. Maybe that guy is like, that guy just doesn't. Also, I guess the white sparrow is pretty chill if this is going to be the white sparrow. In this area. What about these two? Genius. First try. If you ignore the other tries that I did. Hi. How's it going? The bells, I heard those.
さあ君も
markings. They switched. Two portals open doors to a secret world. Solar and lunar eclipse. That's a lot of blood. Fight me. You're going to suffer. All right, I guess we're on a rampage. Is that your fault? It's all your fault. Okay, I think her parents are gone, right? After this scene, remember how it said in the other world, though, relinquish, like, your family, you're no longer Hanako? Shimizu? This is, like, a really gruesome way of saying it, but it's, like, the imagery of what I was talking about, where she had to say goodbye to her family. I guess they did end up just taking it from her. Alright, let's take a look. Where's my map? Oh, can I go back up this way? I don't know that I want to go back into the town, but I'll just look this way, I guess. See if it even lets me go back. What the? Is this where I'm supposed to be going? No, I can't go that way! Oh, you bitch! Oh, I hate the ballsack guy. Come back here. Oh, God, you're so gross. You know what? Screw you. I'm running away. I don't care. I'm out of energy. Okay. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I think I have to go this way. I think I have to go this way anyway. That's my house. Dude, leave me alone! I'm so tired of this guy. I hate these guys. I hate these guys so bad. I wish I could soul siphon in this world. I also need to be careful because I am gonna run out of weapons, like legitimately very soon. So I can't go back this way? There's an arrow pointing to something there. I thought was that just a distraction? I was supposed to follow the god? Whatever else. Is there something here to the left? What are you pointing the arrow to? Ramoon. There's no save for me. It's not worth it. I will take the knife, though. A knife? No! Also, I think that guy, is probably blind too, would be my guess. I do theoretically have a save here. Damn, you went down quick. The knife is actually a nice weapon. The capsules. Bandage. Yokon. Girl, I'm running out of stuff. I gotta get hit more. It is auto-saving me right before my save. Okay, let's enshrine some stuff. Slowly restores health and current max sanity also can be used. I'm just gonna get rid of some of this stuff. I mean, the divine water is probably nice to keep. Okay, and then now, am I just... I thought that I was gonna be able to go up. Axe. I do like the knife, though. But I'll have a large weapon if I need it. Is this gonna be closed off again? This is closed off again. I can get some divine water. Girl, they're giving me a lot of weapons. Can I just ignore you guys, like, low-key, and get the heck out of here? Go down. Keep going straight. Give back everything you've taken from me. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. Oh, that guy's gonna keep me from going. Oh god, the fleshy clumps. Fleshy? It's keeping me from chasing it. Oh, hey. Oh, do I have to... I can't get through there. Okay, so do I have to fight you now? I already fought one of you, didn't I, at one point? All right, that's not too bad. You know what? The focus attacks are nice. Okay, and then toolkit. Bandage. I'm doing great on health, though. I'm feeling the easy difficulty now that I'm becoming a pro gamer. I'm learning a lot more. Leave my town alone? Where am I going to? Oh, there is a save here. I'll use it, sure. Oh, Emma! Emma! All right, let's go ahead and pray to do that. Should I increase sanity? I should increase sanity now. Your prayers were heard and you have more sanity. Now that I'm using it as an attack, I know that I wasn't using it before. I apologize. I'm trying to learn from my mistakes. Sexy. Hi. Damn. Okay, the heavy weapons, you know, heavy weapons are a little bit nice. Not in close combat, really. They are. Shimizu Hanako, colored uniform, color skirt, left home, met with wearing a... That's not what that said before. God, there's a ton of weapons here. Hi there! You have a wolf arm. Am I gonna be fighting myself? Caught up with a fog monster 3 times. I freaking hate you. Did that get him already? Stop! Stop! Out of your, not your mouth. Stop throwing stuff out of your mouth. You know what? I need to get hit a little bit. I do need to get hit a little bit. God, the heavy weapons are a little bit difficult. Is the other thing not alive? The other thing is not alive. Okay, can I go this way? First aid kit. I'll use one. I actually don't want to fight things if I don't have to. Is she gonna pass out?
これがどれだけ失礼なことかあなたにも十分分かっているはず。殺しなさい。殺しなさい。さあ。それがあなたのためです。死になさい。
Really? Are we dead? To the worship hall. Are we?
属性の娘よ。はように貧弱な嫁事は。
どうか心安らかな日々を。
He looks like he has a shark fin. Whoa. Wait, but isn't this what happened to Sakuko? I knew it! What? When I saw the arm. So that wasn't the goddess, that was us? In the other world. Wait, but so she became a bride and said goodbye to her old self. But now death follows her. Return to the Shimizu residence. Also, Junko is back here, which is where Sakuko, we initially had kept her. Dude, this is so sad. I was gonna say a lot of the imagery, like them swapping rings, the symmetry between their two things. Like I said, I'm not super duper familiar with like the rituals behind all of this, so it could not be the case. But the fact that she only has half of her face and everything, it feels like it's setting up a lot more that she's like equal, not equal, but more so than the other women who have gone through this ritual to the other guy. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. But maybe that's because she's resistant. So the way that she could go through this marriage was to at least feel somewhat... I don't know. Is it the next morning already? The town, it's beautiful. The doll. Don't go that way. Oh, stop. I'm just gonna ignore those guys. Alright, I can't. I guess I can't ignore my problems, huh? Oh, wait, I just realized I'm in this world with my wolf arm. I mean, it's nice I don't have to worry about a weapon, but... Soul Siphon? Come on, girl. Things are lagging just ever so slightly. Don't get in my way. Well, because the old her is dead now. Yeah, that's still Shimizu Hanako.
これは私の選択。
Oh, Hinako. Kudzu tea. I don't know that there's any reason I should save right now. Maybe it's, well, I know there's multiple endings to this, but maybe in this one it's inescapable, so it's easier for her to just feel like she's making a choice, even if the choice was taken from her. You won't be able to see your father or mother anymore. Oh, you freaking... I hate these guys! Damn you! The lagging, is it the blood rain? I feel like the blood rain is probably a bad thing. Soul Siphon, so I don't have to deal with this. Ah! Get the heck out of my way. Okay, I am becoming more powerful. Surprisingly, I don't like those guys even more so than some of the other ones. Time to go home, she says. Oh, is it going to become our home? Is she going to become her mother at the end of this? Are they turning pink? Rose-colored glasses? How close am I? Somewhat close. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to... The world is celebrating me. I should go see my parents. The doll literally just told you you're... big guys. Shit! Thought I'd be able to focus. Okay, I'm gonna use the big guns. Soul Siphon. I did want to save that for some other enemies, but I don't like fighting the drum guy. So I might as well do it. I try and save as much of the like resources as I can, because I have a feeling we're gonna I don't think we're gonna fight the doll, but we're gonna have another one of the dolls like summon an enemy. Trigger some sort of memory or something along those lines. Alright, let's go up the mountain. I knew there was gonna be another doll. You won't be able to stay as you are now. Well, that is true, regardless of whether or not marriage is on the roster, but... Oh, I gotta get out, I gotta get out, I gotta get out! Nice. Soul Siphon first. And another. There has to be some imagery. Oh. Oh. Okay. Soul Siphon! Oh, also, these monsters... Remember how she said this like looks like my father, and now every time I see someone in the town that looks like him, I wonder if these are intentionally designed to like remind her of that? Probably. Focus attack, hell yeah. Are you down? So like the monsters are manifestations that like remind her of those things. So they are like, but not exactly. Okay. Like some of the bosses that we ended up fighting. I don't think I can take that. I've got full health. I've been doing so good. Okay. Honestly, I don't use the first aid kits that much. I should because they take up an entire inventory slot instead of stacking, but it is what it is. Am I gonna finally get to go up the mountain here? By the way, I'm realizing we're going back up. She also said goodbye to her, like, childhood version. Oh, hey guys, you're alive? He's crying? Wait, she's still alive? Is this our girl, Hanako? It looked like she was being strangled, like in that one scene. Is she trapped? Up Shimizu Hanako, please. Proceed. This reminds me of the field with the scarecrows a bit. Am I following the light? Are these spirits? I wonder if Junko was not able to like speak freely. And the doll was her, and these are like the spirits? I don't know. Now you'll help me destroy it all, won't you? Oh, God. Oh! I am now carrying the weapon she was carrying in the real world. They switched places. Oh. Uh-oh. What does this mean, though? Are there two different versions of her, or were they both Hanako up until recently? And these are the monsters from the other world, too. I can't soul siphon, but it seems like they go away. Rare and that. I've got a lot of stuff to heal and use. Should I just get rid of some of the bandages? I think so, actually. I don't think I need the Arare, though. Got another toolkit and some divine water. I should use those more. I say at the end of the game. We're going back through all of the areas that we did before. This was the corridors, I think it was called. Now I can just go through the center, though. You're in my way again. I hate this guy. Paint this place red with your blood. Oh shit. I'm out of stamina, of course I am. God, I hate how he jumps around. Out of stamina again. I need to do a focus attack. Okay, focus attack. Not if that happens. Damn, the blue light is so cool in the back, though. We've never seen blue flame, though. I don't think, in Silent Hill. Which is more... It's like more chemical, right? More artificial. I don't know, it's certainly weird. Oh, we have seen the blue light in the context of the game, though. Because it's associated with the guy that we keep seeing. Red pills? Or capsules? This is where, right before we fought, no turning back now. Before we fought Sakuko. I'm gonna draw some Omamori because I really feel like we're going towards the end. Greatly decreases sanity consumption while using focus. Oh, that would be nice, actually. I'm probably gonna save that or use that. Greatly increases stun power when weapon durability is low. Enhances the effects of health restoring items and Omamoris. Greatly increases stamina recovery speed and greatly shortens out of breath duration. Okay, I gotta figure out what I want to use for this. I think I should strategize a bit because I feel like we're walking into something. Hey there, doll. And I gotta get rid of some of this faith. So for the Omamori, I have max health and max stamina, and then dodges become easier to perform. I think I'm gonna switch that out for the owl if I'm trying to use the sanity for now. I still like having max health and everything, although it might not be the best option for me. I mean, I have a lot of health. Maybe I switch that. The health one. Max stamina I still like being able to have. Let's switch this for something more interesting. Enhances the effects of health restoring items and Omamores. So that's just an enhancer, basically. I'll probably do something good. Okay, and then I did save. I'm not gonna be able to fight with my wolf arm, though. Not the blood. The blood and the guts everywhere that we go through. Ew, and the green stuff that's kind of like vomit, but also looks like lichen, maybe? Was Sakuko trying to save us? I think she was, because she literally said that, didn't she? The version of Sakuko that we were fighting here. Let's do this, Shimizu Hinako. I don't think I need the bandage. Nor do I need the kitchen knife. I have enough weapons. I wish I could have more than 3 slots for weapons. That's for sure. Got a big sledgehammer there and a bandage. The thing is I'm up on everything. This is like Shu's room. Look like an audience. Okay. I think we're gonna be fighting ourselves. Junko? Are we fighting Junko?
まさかまだ生き残っていようとは。
お姉ちゃんは所詮は向こう側の人間。私の気持ちなんてわからない。
落ち着いて。あなたがどうしてここにいるかわかる？
わからない。ここはどこ？怖いや。辛い。気持ち悪い。帰りたい。
それは何の？あなたいつから飲んでるの？そんなに飲んで大丈夫なの？
全然大丈夫だよ。これを飲むと落ち着くから。
もうやめなさい。それを飲むのをやめて。
私に構わないで。これが全ての根源。お前は私の全てを奪った。ザクコもリンコもシュウも奪い、お父さんもお母さんも。私を返せ。奪った全てを返せ。
Defeat the Shiro Muku? Okay. Why can't I move? Oh, that didn't work. Oh god, I can't do the big thing, can I? What are you gonna do? I'm out of stamina. Oh god! Come on, focus, focus. Focus! Focus! Is she trying to save her or something? Is there some sort of, like, misunderstanding here? I wouldn't think so, right? She's bleeding. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh shit, what are you doing? What the hell? There's no safe spot for me? Whoa! Shit! Okay, I gotta heal more often. I can't? I won't?
認めない。ひなこを渡したりなんか
I'm not giving up, Hanako. I won't.
しない。
Is this contributing to the ending how well you do if you do a perfect run? Do I need to worry about... Is my equipment still okay? I don't know. Okay. I guess we're doing this. Shit! Screw you, lady. Screw you, lady. Hold on, focus. Focus, 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 focus. No! Damn! I literally cannot get away from that attack. Maybe if I just run. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving this world.
消されたりしない。お前が
The only thing I can take is the pills? Damn you. This is my only weapon? Oh, I messed up, didn't I? Hanako is just absolutely... That's so scary. Keep going, Hanako! Keep going! I don't trust it. Oh, I'm still going? I guess I'm still taking pills. Can I just get out? There's only red capsules everywhere. Uh-oh. Oh no.
何の真似だ。貴様、正気か。
うるさい。どいて。
Oh no. Oh god.
邪魔するなら容赦しない。私たちに。
待ってくれみんな。ひな子とは私がひな子、なぜだ、どうして。
No.
心を分かってやれたと思っていたのに。
Oh god.
ずっとって約束したじゃない。裏切り者。
Ew, ew, get out of my way.
どうしてこんなことを。やめなさい。銃を奪ったあんたを許す。
本当にごめん。
I'm so sorry I messed up. The red pills are everywhere.
ただでも
やめろ。友達の声で話しかけるな。もう少しの辛抱だ。
That's it. Oh, I got a bad ending, huh? Got a bad ending. The pills? So much more important. Hold on, we've got the lyrics to the song. No, not the smiling picture of Hanako. Shoo.
色は匂えど散りぬるをワニコの春はいずくにから彼とちぎりしとい日もぬばたまも黒き闇へと消え失せる眼に映る男女の眼あいやしなしにいまだに惑う身をぞ恨むる「
What maketh one a woman to be tainted or of sin?
米川により県警本部県道8号線にて当該事案の被疑者と思わしき女性に襲われた男性2名のうち1名は現在心肺停止の状態。
羽倉町1より県警本部、一部被害者に使用された包丁ですが敷地内からは発見できず、被疑者は現在もこれを所持している可能性が高いと思われます。どうぞ。
県警本部から各局、女性被疑者は20代です。花嫁装束、身長は 160cm 少々、常吉神宮より逃走中。凶器を所持している可能性が極めて高い。各局はくれぐれも慎重に対応されたし。
羽倉町1から県警本部、被疑者は赤と白のカプセル状の薬のようなものを犯行時に断続的に服用していたとのことです。
県警本部より神楽町1、それは式場内で発見された正体不明のカプセル薬と同一のものか。どうぞ。
羽倉町1から県警本部、被疑者が服用する際に口からこぼしたカプセル薬を敷地内から採
取。That's the end. Wow. A lot to process. I will say, I am normally not a fan because I've talked about this before in games. I'm normally not a fan of like, oh, it was all in your head, blah, blah, blah. Especially because that's, we also have more lyrics. I kind of want to talk, but I also want to listen to The Hills Steep to Deep in Silence, the silence of the hills. Now away from the birdcage. I feel like this is important, so I'm gonna listen or see. Hopefully we'll get an instrumental soon. Shrouded in the fog. Okay, instrumental. I think so. That being said, I feel like this has become one of my favorite Silent Hill games for a lot of reasons. I feel like the Silent Hill, like franchise in general, like all of the games, I really like how they have handled like female characters, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why it has become so popular is because it's kind of like universal. In my mind, I've said this because I haven't said this on the channel, I don't think, but I've talked about Silent Hill a lot. And one of the things I say is like, it reminds me of Shakespeare in a way, which is funny that they had the Shakespeare puzzle from Silent Hill 3, because I feel like people can walk away from and take away from it kind of like their own experiences. It's so easy, not easy necessarily, but there's like a lot of different things to like about it and different ways that you can view it. And one of the things that I've enjoyed about the franchise, like I said, is how it portrays not only female characters, but like female struggles, the kind of like horrors of being a woman. I know I made that joke, but it wasn't really a joke. I do feel like that this game followed that line like closely. I also do, you know, I know that sometimes it can be hard for people to relate to it if you have not been in had the experience of being a woman. Even this. God, the music is so good. The music is really good at this. I even love the lyrics for the reading through it. It was like, What is this guitar solo? Okay, very, very good. There's a lot to love about this game. Anyways, I do feel like that's my interpretation of this game. That's what I'm walking away from it. I talked about even from the standpoint of like women's health, which at the end, this was a lot stronger to me than of a connection than even what I thought the developers were going with at first. Because obviously with the lumps of flesh and anytime you have body horror, like I said, I don't know, in prior episodes, I don't know if it was just my own perspective coming into it, but I did feel like, particularly with like women's health and things regarding the uterus and everything else, body horror can be very relatable or make a lot of connections to anybody who has had any sort of struggles with that, especially because research wasn't necessarily taken seriously until very recently in history. But especially with Hanako having the headaches and taking the pills seemed to be something that was like very seriously associated with what I assume to be hallucination she was having there at the end, and the struggles, internal struggles becoming external struggles that she like manifested into this world through Silent Hill. I still choose to believe that the thing she was seeing was real, just because for me, the idea that like everything is all in your mind, yes, it makes sense from a psychological horror perspective, but like even with Silent Hill 2, which is like one of the most popular games in the franchise, like to me, you can still have things psychologically affecting the environment and like play into that, especially when you have a world filled with like magic and gods and everything, while still having it be physically real and physically real to the character, because we know we have different dimensions, different realms, whatever you want to call it, in Silent Hill, like canonically. I think there's like the fog world, there's the one that's like rusty and all of these different levels. It's like an onion. You peel away the layers and you find horror. Some of them rotten. But anyways, there's so much to think about with this game. There's so much that I love about these games as well, because I feel like you can dive really deep into a lot of like rabbit holes, history, whatever else. Coming home to roost, drown in a bottomless pit of self-doubt. Thankful to be here, and then wise researcher is what I got for the achievements there at the end, and I did New Game Plus. I'm really curious about the other endings for the game as well, because I feel like it's just going to shed more light onto this story, and I do want to play it. But I kind of want to play through it. I know that I've reacted to some of the other endings for the other Silent Hill games that I played on the channel. So I think I created New Game Plus there, so if we want to go back and do that at some point. I know that there are different endings to this. One of them has to be with the pills, I feel like. Because I didn't take a lot, but I did take a couple of the pills, and I feel like not taking them. That also relates to Shu, because Shu seemed to be the physician, and he was giving her the pills, but it didn't seem like he, like, obviously, I don't know how the regulations differed in the 1950s. I just don't know that. But I also feel like a teenager giving your friend pills, honestly, even if they're over the counter, even if it's like Advil, could potentially have negative side effects. But she was obviously dealing with headaches. To me, I do feel like there was, even though it's not explicitly said in the story, I feel like there's a lot of hints to tell me that she was going through probably some sort of like hormonal disease. I guess I won't go specifically into like women's health, although a lot of this points to things that like explicitly happen to the majority, or not the majority of, but like the majority of experiences are done to and for women. I don't know if that makes sense, because even the imagery that I was seeing with the marriage, it didn't seem to me, because he took off the mask at one point, that, you know, Hanako's husband, which I'm assuming is the white-haired guy, had to cut off his face, which, like I said, when you get married, even now, I mean, there is a little bit of a push and difference where people are able to like keep their last names now, should they choose. But a lot of times for women, like traditionally, it's like you do give up a piece of your identity, even if it is, you know, metaphorically. When you do get married, you lose your last name, which to me, especially because you have to remember this is set in the 1950s as well. So if you're younger, or you haven't, you know, read books, looked into history, whatever else, you might not fully understand Hanako's experience. I don't fully understand Hanako's experience because I didn't live through this time. I didn't live through even like the Japanese culture during this time, which would have differed, even if there are similarities to like American culture and everything else. So while we can still feel the effects of maybe what historically was the case in the 1950s, I think it is important to remember, because I know anytime there's something with like women's experience, there's always a ton of discussion around it. But there are things legitimately you can point to, like losing your last name, moving away from your family. But man, there's almost too much to analyze. I feel like I'm going off on like 10 different tangents here now at this point, and I'm not going to be able to like form a coherent thought. But there's so much, man, I love games like this because I do feel like I can replay it and you can pick up on so much more the second time and with more playthroughs and everything. But I guess those are my interpretations so far with the game. That being said, I do think it's really cool to see some of the, these interpretations, fears, whatever else, done more literally in games, and people feel more comfortable with themes like this. Because even growing up, sometimes when I when I started making the parallel to menstruation, I'm like, oh no, some people aren't gonna feel comfortable talking about it. And I get it, because it is like a more private thing, even though I wasn't talking about any of like my personal experiences. Just the idea of like talking about it can be uncomfortable, but that's where that contributes to the fact that women's health is a little bit more behind, as it is an uncomfortable thing to talk about, but it's not anything to be ashamed of. Like, the idea of body horror is uncomfortable. Body horror is not my favorite, actually. It makes me like deeply uncomfortable a lot of times when there's body horror in games, but I feel like this one was done almost a little bit more tastefully, because rather than it just being like vulgar and in your face for the sake of it being, you know, disgusting and bloody and gross, like there were reasons why it existed in my mind, when like with some of the connections that I made in my mind. So while it was still deeply uncomfortable, I think there was like reasoning behind it. Which is the thing with horror as well. Like, some of my favorite stuff in horror, the reason I like psychological horror and I like Silent Hill is because there's a lot of it that like has meaning. It's not just there to scare you, like scary for the sake of being scary. Like, there's such a deep story woven into it, which is what I appreciate about the entire series. But I've been talking way too much. I'm cutting myself off. We're done. Silent Hill Up is done. We might do a couple other playthroughs, but this is my first one. Thank you guys so much for being here. On that note, I'm going to say farewell, friends. Remember, we're not alone out there, and I will see you guys in another video. So until then, bye-bye. Wait, view endings. So there's 5 total. Coming home to roost. Drown in a bottomless pit of self-doubt. Very cool.